Hey guys, it's Marielle. Welcome back to my channel, Friday Night Lights Review, where we do reactions and reviews to TV shows, movies, and other digital content. So, without further ado, you know what I'm going to ask, so go ahead and click that like, comment, and subscribe button. You guys just come and join the family, So also, you guys can follow me on my other social media platforms. We got Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Those links will be put into the description bar below. And as always, thank you guys so much for rocking with me, helping me hit my goals that I'm setting for myself. Our next goal is to hit 400 subscribers. I know that we can do it together. I just really appreciate you guys liking the content that I am pushing out. For all of my new subscribers, thanks for checking me out and believing in me. For all my old subscribers, welcome back to the channel, the fam, you guys. And if you just happen to click on this video to see what was going on with the girl with the NY hat on, since you already here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You guys definitely hit me up in these comments. Let me know what you think. How am I doing? If you have any series, any movies, any other digital content that you would like for me to review or react to, please hit me up in the comment section. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will always be notified when I put out new content. So with that being said, we're going to be doing another Netflix original movie called The Mitchells vs. the Machine. It is an animation film. The voice actors are Abby Jackson. We got Dana McBride, so we already know, funny. We got Maya Rudolph, who plays the mother. Dana McBride plays the father, Rick Mitchell. We have Mike Rianda. I hope I'm saying his name right. He plays the son. And then we have Conan O'Brien, which, I mean, come on. We know how how funny he is. He plays the robots, the Glaxon 5000. And Abby Jackson plays Katie Mitchell, the oldest daughter. And a surprising, which I thought was pretty cool, we have John Legend and Chrissy Teigen playing the Mitchells' neighbors. So I thought that was pretty cool that husband and wife did the voice acting as husband and wife. So the movie is based on a teenager, Katie Mitchell, who is getting prepared to go to film school. And she has this tuggle of a relationship with her father, and to kind of get their relationship back on track, the father ends up canceling his daughter's tickets to go fly to California for her film school, and decided to do a road trip to try to get the family back on track with everybody just being close as they were when they were younger. So that's pretty much the plot of the movie. So as always, we're going to talk about the pros and the cons, and then overall what we thought about it in entirety, and then we're going to see where they fall within that 5 stars category. So let's just jump right into it. So I am a huge family animation movie because I have a daughter and she's always looking for new things to watch with me. And so I'm a big fan. Even before I became a mom, I love Finding Nemo and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, The Lorax, all of that. These are all the movies that I loved as an adult before I even became a mom. So right out the gate, I love any good family animation, especially when it has a message to deliver. So the animation was so honestly so dope. It kind of gave me the feel of like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You know how, even though that wasn't an animation, but you see how they kind of like made little parts animation, like when he was writing in his diary or when he was trying to figure out how to muster up the nerves to talk to girls. It definitely had that feeling through the whole animation. It was just super cool. It really was. I like how they made the announcement. So basically, like I said, the daughter, she's going to film school, so she's really into social media, all the electronics. So she has a PAL phone, which I thought was pretty cool because they did the PAL announcement like Steve Jobs did with whenever he bought out another Apple product, and they still do it now with the events. It literally was the same exact thing, and I thought that was pretty cool. It definitely did give me Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the second movie kind of vibes, just the way that, and we'll just talk about that a little later. So in any family animation cartoon, there's always a message. There's always some type of truth to what's going on in the movie, and they definitely hit it right on the head, you know, with the separation between children and their parents because of social media, because of electronics. They spoke about it. That was pretty much the backbone to this animation, and I thought it was awesome. So when we talk about the whole Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball vibes, there's a part where the guy named Mark, who's like the Steve Jobs, he's talking to Pal, and she's like, I love you, and you know, I'm your family, and he's like, you're my family too. But then he chucks the phone and to introduce these new robots, the Glaxons 5000, where they're pretty much just like a robotic maid, right? So with that being said, within the movie, even though the families are trying to come back together, they do end up falling under this robotic uprising, like a robotic apocalypse. And that's where I say the truth and the kind of like the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, because they had the guy trying to do the uprising with the animals, and then we come to find out all this other stuff. So it's pretty much in that feel. So the movie was super funny. The son was hilarious. I love the relationship that he had with the sister Katie. He was really into dinosaurs, and their fist bump was like the Raptors, whatever that dinosaur, and they would do with the hands like this and like kind of like bump fists. Super funny. The sibling relationship was so adorable, but the son was super funny. He talked really high pitch, and then he kind of like growled. Like it was so funny. Danny McBride as the father, Rick Mitchell, he was kind of like your average dad. Like he can fix anything. All you need is a screwdriver and some like masking tape. He was just like that dad's dad. And Maya Rudolph, again, we know that she is hilarious as well. She was kind of like the glue to keep them together. Mainly the son and the mother. Like there was parts of the movie where they both put up like cue cards for the daughter to say to the dad, and the mom had that with the dad to say with the daughter. So I would just say that was super adorable. I loved it. It gives you like family night. Like you sit down with your little girl or your young kids, and you pop the popcorn and you sit down and you say, okay, you know, we're going to watch this movie. It's definitely that feel, that family feel, like that Inside Out movie with the subconscious, with anger and all that. It's just like that. It's so good. There is a scene where we start to see the robotic uprising. And this is where we see John Legend and Chrissy Teigen's characters, and they're supposed to be like these super perfect parents that Linda Mitchell is so jealous of, because she's like, every time they take pictures, they look happy, but every time we take pictures as a family, you know, we look like we're abusing our kids, or we just ate some bad Mexican food or something like that. And that part was super funny. So when the robots start coming, the neighbors do these flips and body rolls and all this other stuff to get to the car. At the end of the day, though, they still got captured. So right from that part to the end of the movie, it was just them as trying to come together as a family, and how they were going to survive this uprising of robots. And the daughter kind of like lied to her father, basically fed him what he wanted to hear so they can get out of that gas station. He wanted to stay there forever until everything was over. And she's like, look, we got to get some type of kill code, put it in there so we can save the planet and I can get back to film school. She didn't know there was a kill code, but then here comes Conan O'Brien's characters with the Glaxon 5000, and they are glitched, so they're not psycho robots, so they kind of become a part of that family. And he's like, look, all you got to do is do the kill code, you got to go to this part of California, but you'll never get there, and it's all this really cool, funny stuff. And through the way the mom and the son are so excited because they're starting to see their father and daughter and sister start to get along. He shows her how to drive the stick shift by going up the mountain and all this other stuff with the gear shifter. It was super cute. So there was a lot of heartstring scenes in this movie where I think was so great. Then we get to another scene where they're pretty much in the mall trying to basically go to an Apple store to upload the kill code. But then we have the leader, the queen, who's the original pal, was like, humans are not worth saving because they throw away their families, they throw away their friends, their spouses, their partners. Like, as soon as something else better comes along, they start to say, oh, this is not worth it. So what's the point of saving humanity? Which is a very good point. Because, we always want to see something new. We always want something shiny. We want something fast. We definitely live in a microwave era. There's also a part where Mark says, look, humans are resilient. And she's like, give me one reason why I shouldn't enslave them. And he's like, because of the power of love. She's like, you don't even believe that. That's trash. That's trash. So through the whole movie, it was pretty much, I know this is weird when I'm going to say action-packed, but it was action-packed. Watching them duck and dive robots, them killing robots, them doing high fives and everything. And then it always starts with something heart pulling, then some truth, and then we get funny. And it balances out so well. Like the funny part where the little brother Aaron speaks to the neighbor's daughter and he's like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And she's like, I really like dinosaurs too, especially my pencil cap. And he just freaks out. He goes, I don't like you. I hate you. I won't see you again. Goodbye forever. And he like jumps and whatever. So that's super funny. Then they show Furby talking with their different language, talking about the darkness has won. And it was just so funny. Then he eventually get to the main headquarters of PAL to try to get them, to stop them. And so another funny part was where she puts the dog on the hood and the dog is super weird. Like he can't look straight and everything like that. And the robots are like, is it a pig? Is it a dog? And they just go into overload. So that's how they were winning. And then here comes the sad part, the lesson learned at the end of any family animation movie where Pal plays to the father and the daughter what she said. Like, look, I'm only saying this to Dad because I want him to do things my way. I don't really care. And at that point, her and her father had gained this great relationship. And because he was so hurt by it, the plan kind of went haywire. And the mom and the dad gets caught, and it's just up to the Katie and Aaron in the movie. So she figures out she loves her father, that they're so much alike, but they just got away from each other. But they found their way back to each other. So we see in the end where she's fighting for her family. She wants to save her mom. She wants to save her dad. They definitely touch on the whole boomer situation because the father didn't know how to play a video on YouTube. He ended up changing the language. It was so funny. And then the mom, because she has these upgraded robots, that's like, we're not going to fall for this stupid shit. We know that it's a dog. And when the mom sees a robot grabs Aaron, she goes straight into mom mode. And we all know what mama bear mode is. I don't have to go to jail for my kids. I'm going to kill for my kids. That's just what it is. So she just start wrecking them, like cutting their heads off, and they get scared. They like, be afraid of the woman in lavender. She just straight goes into mama bear mode, and she is taking names, beating ass. And that part was so funny, but so... that's how moms do. Dads kind of freak out. Moms, they get together. They know what they got to do, and they go straight into kill mode, survival mode. And that's exactly what they presented in this movie. So that scene was super funny. The end was typical, but that's what you want in a family animation movie. You don't want to see the mom and the dad not end up back with each other. You don't want to see the family not get along again, because that would just be horrible and cruel. When you watch these family animation movies with your young kids, you want them to know, like, this is hope, mommy and daddy, sister and brother, we may not all get along, but at the end of the day, we're family. So you don't want it to deter from that. So it definitely did end typical, but I loved it. I loved it. It did pull on my heartstrings. There's a couple of parts in there where I almost whelped up and cried, but I'm a mommy. So right out the gate, I knew I was going to cry. So as a parent, you are going to love this movie. You're going to love the message that it sends out. Like, you know, just because you get older doesn't mean that you and your parent don't have anything in common anymore. You just got to find a different route back to each other. And I love that message. You know, this was a great movie that we watched. I watched it right before Mother's Day. So this was really cool for me to watch with my baby girl, my munchkin. And I do, before I go any further, happy Mother's Day to all the mommies and the mommy figures. But this movie was definitely a worth watch. I mean, out of 5 stars, I'm giving The Mitchells versus the Machine 5. I mean, it hits everything that you want to see in a family animation. I mean, we got truth, we got the message, we got funny, we got heartfelt, we have the kids version of action. I mean, it hit everything that you expect in a family animation movie, and Netflix really did amazing. This just reminds me of how well another Netflix family animation movie they did called The Wallabies. If you guys haven't watched it, you definitely should check it out, because that was also a awesome family movie. It has some really dark things about it, but it ended up being beautiful and happy. Like I said about The Mitchells versus the Machines, you don't want to see a family animation movie end so dark. You want to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they definitely did that. So I'm definitely giving this animation a 5 stars out of 5. So that is the end of this video, you guys. I thank you again for my subscribers. Don't forget to comment. Tell me what you think about The Mitchells versus the Machine in the comment section below. Tell me if you watch it as a parent or just a really big kid that just loves animation cartoons. You tell me what you think. And as always, be safe and be courageous. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.